Now, before we continue, I'm gonna copy something that I forgot to copy to our project folder, which is the sequence folder. It's basically just the clip that we are using as a reference as an image sequence. Okay, it's just a sequence of JPEGs, and I'm gonna actually copy this sequence folder. I'm gonna copy, and then I'm gonna go to week 2 Iron Man project. I'm gonna paste it here, Control V. Great, and now that we have that there, we can switch to camera 2. I'm going to position, the next step is going to be to just position the Thor's hammer. And for that, I'm going to go all the way to the, making sure I am on camera 2. And I'm going to go to inside this and this, all the way to the camera. This is where we have our camera. And here we have the camera settings. And on the view, background image, let's click here and choose, make sure I'm on the right folder, sequence, and choose the sequence. It automatically recognizes that this is a JPEG sequence from 1 to 129. Hit accept. So I'm going to move the time slider all the way to a certain frame, or maybe the first, some frame of shot 2, and that's what we're going to be using for positioning the hammer. And regarding the position of the hammer, instead of just applying the transforms here on the applying the transforms directly on at object level, what I'm going to do is use the same principle as we're using here, and I'll have a parent null that's going to be where I'm going to place the transforms, and that way if I just disconnect, the hammer will go back to the original position, and that gives us a bit more control. So let's create a null. I'm going to call it hammer X form, and again this is going to be the parent of this node, and I'm going to select the null, go to my 3D view, hit enter, and now I can start positioning this. Of course, it's not easy for us to position it from this position, so what I'm going to do is actually split the screen. If you come here to this corner, upper right corner, and you can split it into 2 views stacked. And that way we have camera 1 here, but we can have perspective here. Sometimes you're going to be on the front or on the right or something like that. Just hit spacebar 1 with your cursor here and you'll be able to position it with no trouble. Let me just make sure that this is more closer to the original position. It's also going to be kind of tilting that way. Something like that. See if we can get this a bit higher. By default, your gizmo might also be, if you right click on the gizmo, you have align handle to object, and this is the default behavior for the gizmo. But you can right click, go to align handle and align it with the world, and you can alternate between the two. So something like this will be fine. Pretty close, just making sure that this is actually pointing towards Iron Man, something like this. Maybe rotate it a bit more, a bit lower. So I'm gonna switch the handle, right click, align handle to object, and just kind of tilt it a bit further. And then maybe put it somewhere right here, around here. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's just for reference. Okay, so now we have, it's pretty close. So I'm gonna bring this back to single view, and we have the hammer position. Now if we slide, we no longer just have the, we'll have the animation of Iron Man, and we have our hammer positioned, and the camera is moving as well, but the hammer is a bit static. If I hide the hammer and you just look at the sequence, you'll see that Thor's hand kind of moves a bit as it generates those thunders. So what we're going to do is we're going to see how we can quickly generate some automatic animation for the hammer.